What's up, guys? How's it going? Today is Monday, and I'm out here in the barn, and I'm gonna clean this thing up. Took it on a drive yesterday, about 100 miles. Did great, but it's dirty. I'm not so concerned about the outside because I'm back to daily driving this. More concerned the inside. Carpets are dirty, the seats are dirty. Just kind of want to wipe everything down, vacuum it, clean it up. And then the big concern is in the back. The transmission leaks. I think it's leaking where the two case halves go together, and I'm not taking it out to take it apart to reseal it because this thing is not going to last. The factory 84 4-speed is probably going to die behind this engine. I mean, it's got a couple hundred horsepower, which is a couple hundred more than what the factory engine had. So I'm thinking maybe I can just clean off the bottom side of the trans and maybe put a big bead of RTV or some sort of sealant along that seam for the case halves and just get it to slow it down. It leaves $half size drop overnight. Well, it's kind of slowed down because I don't think there's much fluid left in it. That makes sense. So I got to move that thing, and we'll get this over on the lift, and we will see if there's anything I can do to try to seal up the trans. That's today's deal. Let's get to it. So I got it vacuumed, wiped everything down. I used this Jack's Wax Total Interior. Stuff works pretty good. I want to go over it here with the cockpit care dressing, hit some of the stuff. I need to get some leather conditioner. I don't have any. I really like the two-tone tan interior in this 84. I got to find some interior paint. I bought this console tray from the Fiero store, and I knew it was the later 86 to 87 tan. That makes sense. So I got to find paint that matches this darker color so I can paint this. But I like this because I can have stuff floating around up in here in front of the radio. My phone can set up here while I drive. Interior came pretty clean. Again, not doing like a full-on major detailing because I'm gonna drive it every day. Just cleaning it up, vacuum it, wipe it down. Haven't done that since I had it out last year. Trying to make it look nicer. So I'll let this dry and then go over it with the interior dressing over the dash, door panels, armrest, all that stuff, and then get it on the lift and see what we can do about this transmission leak. All right, so I went over it with the protectant. Everything looks good in here now. Interior on this car is really nice. See, I got these cheap carpet floor mats, trying to save on the factory ones so they don't get trashed, because they're still in really good shape, and factory Fiero floor mats are hard to come by. All right, let's get it on the lift and see what we can do about this trans leak. Alright, let's go under here and see what we got going on. I think I got a little bit of a coolant leak too. I see coolant on the floor over there. Either I spilled it or it's leaking from somewhere. However, it looks dry under here. That line looks dry. That line's dry. There's a little bit of coolant right there. Where's that coming from? Looks like it's coming from the outlet hose from the water pump. There's a drip on that lower radiator hose. Maybe I should try to tighten that clamp. That one might be just a little wet too. Here is the trans. Here, you can see how it's a little damp. So I don't know if it's the case halves that are actually leaking on it or if it's the drain plug. I think I'm gonna drain it and see what comes out of it, and then maybe seal up that drain plug, wipe this down, put some new fluid in it, and then see if anything comes back. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Otherwise, doesn't look too bad under here. Engine mounts look good. Oil pans, I mean, it's pretty good. There might be a little bit of a rear main oil seal leak on this, but Again, it's got 200 and some thousand miles, and I did not do a rear main seal on this when I did the engine install. That makes sense, because I'm an idiot, and I should have, but I didn't. All right, well, I guess I'll do that then. I will pull that drain plug, see how much comes out, fill it back up. All right, let's see what's in this. It's a 15 millimeter drain plug here on this trans, and it was not overly tight, so that could be the leak. Let's see what comes out. There's some fluid in it. Not a lot of fluid, but some fluid. So I'm just gonna put some 5W30 in this thing. I know people use synchro mesh, which if I cared about this trans I would use, but I don't. No real metal in the oil, so that's good. So we'll let this drain, and then I'll seal it up and wipe it down and see what it does here. I think that might have been my leak, was that drain plug. And then I got to tighten these couple hose clamps, and also one of the hose clamps on one of my heater hoses up there is leaking too. All right, so coolant leaks are fixed. It was a bunch of loose hose clamps. Apparently I should not have used Harbor Freight hose clamps on this. The transmission is full. I ended up using some 10W30 synthetic I had laying around. I ended up tightening the bolts that hold the case halves together. So everything should be good now. I just got to top up and bleed the cooling system. So one other problem that I have here is with the battery cover and then the cover on the other side there. The inner bolt is okay, but this outer bolt, it's just a giant hole here in the fiberglass, and I can't get anything to thread into it. I can show you on this side here. You can see that this is just loose and this bolt just pulls out. I bought this riv nut tool, and I've got these riv nuts. I want to try to put one in there and see if that will fix it. Basically, you get your piece on there that you're going to use. I've got a 1/4-20 size. I got to make my hole a little bit bigger. That should go down in there, and then basically screw this on here, put it in the hole. It's like a rivet gun, and then this insert piece stays in here. You unscrew the tool from it, and then you have a threaded insert in there that should stay in there that a bolt will screw into. Let me get my stuff set up here and can do this. Okay, get it in there like that. Rivet it. Unthread the tool. And there you go. You got a threaded insert that hopefully won't pull out. That's a good deal. Bolt and a washer here. This bolt's probably going to be way too long. And then thread it in there. Voila. Just like that. I have a threaded insert. This side will be harder to do because I got to take the whole dang thing apart. As you see, this side is now done. This is nice and solid. That shouldn't pull out. It looks a lot better when this is closed. They will line up perfectly. What's up, guys? It's about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks after doing the trans service and fixing some coolant leaks. I figured we'd put the car up and see what it looks like under here. So as you can see here, the trans is pretty dry. There's no drips yet. Put a couple 100 miles on it since cleaning that up, servicing the trans, tightening the drain plug. So that seems to be holding up okay. I've also, in the last week, developed an issue where it runs lean at idle. I got a couple injector O-rings that are leaking. Got a bag of new ones right here. So, I think I'm gonna fix that stuff. All right, guys, so got the car down. The injector O-rings that are leaking are this one here, and this one here. Sorry, it's kind of dark. The middle one is new, and it's the O-rings where they go down into the intake manifold. So pretty much I just got to pull the fuel rail up, and then I can just replace those two lower O-rings and put it back in, and that should take care of my lean issue. If I spray stuff down there, you can watch it on the wideband, you can see the fuel ratio change from like 22:1 and go down to like 10:1 if I spray PB Blaster or whatever down in there. Let's get that pulled and get those O-rings replaced, and then we can start it up, make sure that fixed the lean running issue. And there you have it. It's idling good. See, we're no longer, we're a little on the leaner side, but it's correcting, where before it was way over lean. All the maintenance stuff taken care of for the time being. Of course, this being a Fiero, it'll have more. It's old. I think that does it for this video. Just kind of a day hanging out in the garage and working on my wide body Fiero. If you want to see more, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like. Drag strip's open now. Once I put a couple weeks of driving on this and make sure I'm not going to have anything else start leaking, maybe we'll go up there and see what this runs on the quarter mile. We also have the red 88 T-top Fiero over there that we're gonna get out and drive some this summer. And I really want to get back to working on the pace car. It would be nice to get this accomplished, at least to where it's rolling around. And I want to set up like a little paint booth over here. I want to paint this car myself. And if that goes well, we'll paint this car as well. Be a similar color. This is plasti dipped, so, and you see, it's not perfect. And then we can work on the 81 Daytona 500 pace car Trans Am. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. I'll see you later.